What's going on, Whalers fam, and welcome back to another Friday bowling video. I know this particular video is actually coming out to you a little later, but that's because I had to stretch the videos for scheduling a little bit, because we would lose what would have been Wednesday, week 6. We lost that date because of the hurricane that went through the Florida coast, but everything's perfectly fine here. So with that said, this is the last series before that hurricane, and then going into the next series, bowling series in general, well, we will have been off for 7 days. So this is pretty much it's going to be a slow stretch of bowling, I guess, to say the least for me. As you can see, though, I'm kind of struggling with this rotor grip to start the practice session in this video. As the practice session goes on, you'll see me pull out the vibe, and then I started with the vibe, but later on in the evening, I went back to that gem, and it goes on from there, really. I don't know, it was kind of weird to do that change, but the vibe did. I feel good out of my hand. Like, it feels good from here if you watch this throw, but, um, yeah, it's not 15 pounds, so, yeah, we want more 15-pound games and ability to use that ball because at the end of the day, we are going to slowly move to 15 pounds for an entire arsenal. Anyways, sit back, relax, like and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you at the end of game 1. Back here at the getting closer to the end of the 7th frame of game 1 here. As you could tell, a lot of things that hurt us in this one, especially this spare you just saw. We had a bad reaction on a spare in the 2nd frame that didn't go our way. We had a couple opens that we just couldn't get, or we had a gutter too that shouldn't even have happened, but yeah, pretty much 3 mistakes so far. We get a good strike here to get back going again. But this has potential for being a worst game of the season that I'm bowling currently. Although Jazz seems to figure out what's going on, exception of, well, the rest of the team where we pretty much have no idea what's going on out there and we're just getting spares constantly. But luckily we can get back at this spare again after only hitting one of the pins last time and we complete it on this go around. into the 10th frame now. Jazz is going to come home with a 185 on this game, but she seems to have a number on what's going on out there, or a good understanding of it, and gets rewarded for it. As for us, we're trying to stay above 150, but that quickly fails, and we get a split. For me, I just chuck the ball, but it actually holds position very well, and it's pretty close. You'll get to see a little up close of that, of how close I was, but the pin was literally maybe a couple more inches of power, and I probably would have been able to convert a spare and get a lucky fill ball to get a high 140, but instead we're getting a high 130. Alex is wrapping up here in this first game. He's got a strike after a couple spares prior to that. Nice little double to move into the fill ball now for a shot at 162 to end game one. He is behind on average, although his average will adjust after the first game because this is his ninth game completed on the season. And he did miss a week and a game, so he's a bit behind the rest of the team in terms of games played, and then an average reset coming into play as well. Um, my dad just wraps up here. He's bearing away, but he'll finish with a 135, which is a new low for him as well. So two lows for myself and my dad. Not really lucky in the first game. We fortunately get away with finishing 49 pins under, so that works out for us pretty good. If we can kind of turn this around sooner, the better. That'd be great. Not really great start with the vibe, but we do end up playing the start of game two with the vibe, and then I think as the second game goes on, we switch to the gem. So I think the gem probably would have played better here, but the vibe just had a good reaction on that last shot in practice that I gave it a shot, but probably for too long, and some costly opens that kind of hurt my game. There's about probably what, four opens here. So it's pretty tough. The strikes are kind of there, but not quite. Anyhow, like the video, check out my shorts. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll chat after game two. Okay, so toward the end of game two here, or well, halfway technically. We don't look terrible, but we it took us 4 frames to finally open again, which is a great thing. I am on the gem now at this moment. This comes back for a split, first time back out, or one of the first times back out at split. I didn't get anything there, so not much to show after that. Alex is going to get a nice double. I don't think he liked the shot at the time, but it works out pretty good. My dad's not having a very good night. The score continues to show that, but he spares here after a gutter ball on the first throw. I'm not sure why I didn't edit the walk-off part, but anyways, back up to me now. This ball looked pretty decent, another 10 pin, but we've been perfect so far with 10 pins, and it looks like that's going to continue here. So, I mean, there's still some positives, and like I said with the low scores in past videos, that our game's still not terrible. This almost was a strike, by the way. The pin that's up right now just kind of tipped over, but not enough to fall. We spare it up anyhow. Alex, after a double, has a spare here, but we're down by a lot, so we're trying to just keep it close. It's pretty much what you're seeing here. These are just good gem throws right here. We get a great strike there. Obviously, I'm a little disappointed, but we're at a max of 151. Should we keep it clean? Another good ball here, but it's a little late. So we'll have to live with the 161, but we're only 9 pins off average, so we can work with that at this exact moment. Not absolutely terrible. Now it's Alex's turn to cut into this deficit. He'll get a strike to start it out. Excuse me. On to the next ball now. Another strike here will move this difference quite a bit. Not enough though, as the rotation continues to bowl on the other side of the lane. And Alex maxes out for a 192 after game 2. As my dad's going to wrap up here, he had nothing really exciting, so I just went back to what we ended up losing this game by, which is 66 points. My series is still just slightly under 300 because of the bad start. We kind of had a buzzkill in the first game, so we're behind the 8 ball a lot, and we're going to have to try to make up pins, but 202 is what we need to get a 500 or better series tonight. Jazz has a season low of 126 after this game. I have a 161, but close to average. Alex is above average with 192, and my dad is still behind the 8 ball at this current moment, but he's a bit behind me in series pins right now. Looking to bowl better in game 3. Not much we can do to make this situation any better, but try to win the last game and take away 2 points. Try to spoil the party a little bit. So we're going to play spoiler the rest of the way, and you're going to find out how game 3 goes right now. Coming back a little bit early in this third game, but something's changed and the difference is moving in our favor. we're striking a lot more, and most importantly, I'm bowling really great, which is an eye-opener for me. This is a spare here for a right side spare. We just put the ball down and try to grab it. We just barely grabbed that, and we're still clean through 6. So getting into that brand of bowling that I like to talk about in these videos and keeping clean out there and having a good game. Alex is going to come on a strike here in the 6th, and my dad's working a triple right now, and our difference is still climbing. Even though we're kind of down by a lot, still we probably have to win by like over 100 pins or something ridiculous like that to try to take total away. But like I said, we're more or less just trying to get out of this one and keep it clean. So we're getting tested in the 7th frame with a baby split here. My ball doesn't come back over to grab the pin, so we take the 1. I have a really solid 10 pin shot now though, after looking at some of these tonight. Alex is going to have another strike there to get to a double now. My dad's up to throw as the lead goes to 67, which works out in our favor. My sister had a good run of strikes, but she is now opening again. Although she's back up. What do you think's gonna happen? Well, there you go. Now we're back to me with after my first open of this game. Trying to keep things relatively still. We leave a 7 pin again. I don't really mind hitting 7 pins, but it is a little bit too frequent in my opinion. But this one's hit on the head for a clean spare. The difference drops a little bit now to 47, but remember we're just trying to keep it safe out there. And we get tested with only a 10 pin on a 4 out of 4 conversion rate. This ball just sticks a little bit too early on me, and we're going to finish the night 4 for 5 on 10 pins, but at 80% spare rate on 10 pins is pretty solid. I don't think I've had that in a while. Our difference is at 63 still, and things look relatively good for me at this exact moment. We can still break average as we're going to go into the 10th frame only needing 6 pins. My sister wraps up here. Once again, another good game out of Jazz for 169. It's my turn now to get something going. I throw the ball out a lot here, and it doesn't make it back. It just sticks into the lane too much with no hook. So this ball has hook. That's a massive difference there, and we clean that up. So we're at a 174 with the field ball remaining. This ball, I realize, goes way out, but it hooks back in enough to take 9. And we're going to finish with a 183, leading by 52 with just 1 bowler remaining. Although I did fast forward a little bit here because Alex and my dad didn't have good 10th frames. So we won by 52 in game 3 to cut the deficit a bit in total. But we do spoil the party and avoid a potential sweep from the opposition. This is probably the second worst series I bowled so far this season. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it's got to turn around at some point, and my next league night video will come out to you in a couple days. You won't see it take forever this time around, don't worry. I just held this video back because of recent events with the weather and preventing us from doing a league night video on our past Wednesday. So you'll see the Wednesday team very, very soon. It's going to be a busy week coming up in the bowling alley as a new month comes. October's coming. This is our second to last series in the month of September. After the evening, I finished with a 137, 161, 183. If that first game is back to 160, we have a 500 night, but we finished 29 pins under average, which doesn't look all that bad considering where we started. Series record of 2-7, and our record is 15-30, as we're going to need some big nights going forward. I put the rest of the series on the screen. I'm going to do that for now on, so that way you see how everybody else bowled after 3 games. So that's what you're seeing there, and then our stat breakdown below. As we close out the video, feel free to stop over and check out my shorts on the channel. They're just short clips of the clips you see in this video of my bowling specifically. Drop a like on them, show them some love. We're almost to 600 subscribers already, which is absolutely insane. I do want to thank people that have came over from my TikTok channel, or TikTok page, if you will, to come support this, as well as we need their help to capture the 1K dream here on YouTube. It'd be amazing to get it, and hopefully we get it soon. On that note, Whalers fam, take care, have a great night, and I will see you with another video upload in a couple days. I'll probably go ahead and post the full series of what's coming in week 6 within the next 36 hours or so. See you soon. Take care.